The Bitcoin industry has completely changed. Ripple's recent actions have sent shockwaves through the market, throwing analysts and investors into a frenzy. And in a way that has never been witnessed before, it's set to make history. The CEO of Ripple recently made a startling move that might permanently alter the course of XRP and rock the crypto industry. The ramifications of Ripple's decision to dissolve the escrow for an astounding 50 billion XRP coins are astounding, putting everyone in amazement. According to insiders, $500 per XRP is now not only feasible but also imminent, which will revolutionize the market. Yes, you heard correctly. XRP might be headed for a huge, unheard-of spike that will smash all prior records. We'll go over all you need to know about Ripple's most recent action, why it's causing such a stir in the cryptocurrency community, and what it means for digital currencies moving forward in today's video. And how this can cause XRP's price to soar to previously unthinkable heights, permanently altering the landscape. What precisely transpired here then? By burning 50 billion XRP tokens from its escrow, Ripple has taken a contentious step that essentially takes them out of circulation. Now, before you freak out, this isn't simply another unfounded rumor. By purposefully canceling these tokens, Ripple has established a scarcity element that is completely revolutionary for the market. The Bitcoin halving events may be familiar to you. At this point, the Bitcoin mining reward is halved, which lowers the amount of new Bitcoin coming to the market. This process, which happens roughly every 4 years, is incorporated into the coding of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price has historically increased dramatically as a result of its halving because of the decreased supply. These developments are frequently anticipated by investors, which fuels market speculation. Ripple simply imitated that precise tactic, but with a lot more vigor. Ripple has destroyed 50 billion XRP rather than merely decreasing the flow of fresh tokens. And this burn isn't your typical one. In the history of cryptocurrencies, this is among the largest supply shortages. We are discussing the loss of 50 billion tokens in a single day. The goal of this extreme step is to make the token more scarce and possibly improve its value. Yes, XRP is far rarer than Bitcoin itself, since the 50 billion XRP that could have flooded the market are now permanently gone. The future of Ripple and the larger cryptocurrency market may be significantly impacted by this action. Why is this important? Well, the secret is scarcity. Simply consider it. At its peak, Bitcoin, which has a 21 million coin production cap, surged to about $70,000 per coin. On the other side, XRP has long been criticized for being oversupplied, too much to support any significant price action driven by shortage. However, the scenario has entirely changed now that 50 billion XRP is no longer an option. Suddenly, XRP is a much rarer asset, and we are all aware of what happens when demand rises and scarcity occurs. Prices are soaring. Let's now discuss the important query. What impact will this have on the price of XRP over the upcoming months and years? Industry insiders predict that due to market dynamics and growing usage, XRP's price may soon reach $500 or more. Yes, it is what you read. A short years ago, the price of $500 per XRP seemed unthinkable. This isn't just an irrational forecast based on wishful thinking or hazy supposition. This price prediction is supported by strong math, supported by market trends and in-depth analysis. The removal of 50 billion XRP from the market has increased demand for the remaining tokens, resulting in a scarcity impact. An asset's value increases as its supply decreases, particularly when hordes of institutional and ordinary investors are eager to seize any chance. In fact, there may be so little XRP available that institutional players will have to compete to get their share of the token. The combination of this scarcity and a huge price spike might drive XRP into 5-digit territory in the not-too-distant future. Let's examine the numbers more closely, though. In the past, Bitcoin's price has increased dramatically due to its halving. In 2012, 2016, and 2020, Bitcoin cut its mining incentives in half, and it's costed the same each time. This is the largest supply shock that XRP has ever experienced. Removing 50 billion tokens from circulation is more than a little price fluctuation. The economic model of the coin has been completely reset. The price of XRP is expected to skyrocket as demand increases and the quantity of available XRP decreases. Some analysts believe that XRP might easily and quickly surpass $500, which may be the minimum aim in this case. The largest supply shock in cryptocurrency history is this one. Furthermore, supply shocks have historically caused significant price changes in other digital assets, as is well known. Just consider the outcomes of such occurrences for Bitcoin and other significant altcoins. The moment for XRP has arrived and the current price movement is only the start. Here's the catch though. Now is the moment to purchase XRP. This is your chance to take action if you've been standing by and observing from a distance. As XRP becomes more scarce than ever, demand for the coin is expected to increase to the point that exchange liquidity may be depleted more quickly than you might anticipate. Investors are scurrying to get anything they can since XRP is reportedly trading at premiums on several exchanges. It may become more challenging to obtain XRP when the remaining supply starts to run out, and its price may soar to seemingly unaffordable height. Therefore, now is the time to purchase if you're serious about taking advantage of this chance before exchanges run out of stock and XRP becomes even more difficult to obtain. When the price of XRP soars, you don't want to be the one left behind. Those who take action now could find themselves with significant profits once the price reaches the $500 mark and beyond, as the price is already set for a huge run-up. You may have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to enter early before it's too late. This is where things become even more dramatic, though. For many years, the SEC has been adamantly opposing XRP and Ripple. They have exerted every effort to impede Ripple's advancement. However, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has stayed unwavering, and this most recent action directly contradicts the SEC's attempt. In addition to being a commercial move, Ripple's choice to burn 50 billion tokens was a daring declaration of purpose. Ripple has positioned itself to dominate the future of digital money, and this step is just the beginning. Despite all the regulatory obstacles and attempts to bury XRP, Ripple says it is here to stay. The rest of the world is beginning to pay attention as XRP's value and prominence continue to grow. Ripple is currently on course to disrupt the financial system on a scale we have never seen before, and this fire has only sped up the process. If you haven't already, now is the perfect moment to invest in XRP, which is evolving into a financial powerhouse. Here's the real story of Ripple's startling 50 billion XRP burn and how it is paving the way for XRP's price to soar to $500 and higher. XRP is poised for an incredible price spike due to a decrease in supply, an increase in demand, and the significant scarcity factor. Now is the moment to take action if you have been holding XRP or are thinking about doing so. Don't pass on this once-in-a-lifetime chance. Tell me in the comments section below, do you believe that XRP will reach $500